trusted partner in open source management.
Let's say SBOM automation becomes more realistic. So the CEO of FossID, Stuart Dross, he recently stated that several of the largest private companies and industries have adopted SBOM and are driving SBOM requirements down through their supplier ecosystems. And that for industries like automotive, healthcare, and financial services, these requirements have been codified in terms and conditions of their contracts. As a result, 2025 will see the broad adoption of SBOMs through private industry, not specifically or exclusively government regulation. So we also see other global regulations and industry standards that are calling for software tracking and transparency, though not necessarily referring to SBOM by name. So after adoption of SBOM and its variants comes the need to scale, which of course brings up the topic of automation of SBOMs. So let's start with some of the more common pain points of SBOMs. For the most part, putting together a comprehensive SBOM can't be done with the output of a single tool. And this is because an SBOM can be made up of not just open source, but also proprietary and other third-party software. So often this requires a multi-tool approach to gather all of this information. Another pain point is that application or package level scanning may be acceptable today until a source SBOM is required by one of your customers. So even with the assistance of scanning tools, there is most often still a bit of manual work required to putting together an SBOM. If you happen to be part of a supply chain, you might have to think about not just generating an SBOM, but also the ability to consume someone else's SBOM, which can present new kinds of problems that you may not have thought about. For example, license declarations that we spoke about on the last prediction, those might be required to be provided on an SBOM. I don't believe there are any regulations around this from an SBOM perspective, but there are several industries where organizations are requiring licenses to be declared on an SBOM. If you've only considered a narrow set of requirements for your process or for your SBOM machinery, then the addition of these licensing fields has the potential to break that machinery or that process because they haven't been accounted for with the extra fields. Another pain point might be aggregating supplier SBOMs into a master SBOM. I haven't yet seen a tool that can take multiple SBOMs and turn them into a product or device SBOM. So to be sustainable longer term, SBOM automation needs to become a reality, and we think 2025 will be the year we see big gains in SBOM automation technology.
Your trusted partner in